Hey there tasty friends, it's me Sloy, welcome to Truly Bedrock, and last episode we decided that we'll be moving into this mesa over here. Primarily for gold purposes, but more on that later. Right now though, it's time for me to deliver something I promised you. Last video I promised you a ghost train, and this video, you know what, I'm gonna promise you a ghost train. Let's make a ghost train, okay? I gathered a bunch of materials, I have the music lined up, let's roll that freaking time lapse! It's kind of horrifying. And also, Jade has been blown away by a creeper. Oh no. I log on and Jade is like, yo, please don't sleep, and then instantly gets blown up, you know, just life happens. Life happens a lot to these people today. But hey, look at that. At the very least, this gives us a really nice perspective on looking on our new skull train. Thomas the Engine ain't got nothing on me, okay? I generally have not that good a talent for depicting vehicles in Minecraft, so this came out like entirely too cool looking for my general averaging grade. The problem of course is that it is levitating mid-air, which might look a little bit silly, but is actually entirely intentional. You see friends, I do actually want to leave this fella levitating mid-air like this, but the intention is absolutely not to actually just have it, you know, awkwardly and cumbersomely mid-air for no good reason. No. The way I want to portray this is I want to have a falling apart railway following it in here. Kind of having the train leaping off of it and departing into the air, into the sky. Because again, this is a ghost train, it can do that kind of fun stuff. Another issue with it is that I don't have an elytra, so I have to like carefully climb this place every single time I want to actually get back to my base. Now look, saying I don't have an elytra is actually not entirely accurate. I do got one. It's over here in a shulker box, which I also didn't have last episode. Now Liara and I, off camera, well, during a live stream, actually went into the end and grabbed quite a few really cool things from there, which is how I have basically like full diamond set, except for the pants because I didn't get cool pants. And that's very beneficial because of, well, what one of the points of this base is, which would be to gather a bunch of clay, terracotta, colored or otherwise, to resell at the spawn area to people who are too lazy to actually come here. Another purpose for it is to gather lots and lots of gold, because you, my friends, are looking awfully delicious right now, so I should probably go take my medicine. Listen, being a zombie finally caught up with me, so I should probably switch to a diet of golden apples if I want to continue not eating my friends. No, but look at this stuff. Here's gold, here's gold, here's gold. There's gold everywhere! Gold all over the place! Honestly, I do wonder if I can pull off eating nothing but golden apples till the rest of the season. Golden carrots, that's a golden standard. But golden apples, that's a little bit more complicated. And no one else seems to be doing that. Also, you can eat them even when you're not hungry. And now that we're properly medicated, well, it's prime time. We did our first ever delivery with this train of ours. We got a full sugar box of terracotta that people will probably enjoy. And we got a shop in the spawn nether hub where stuff has been happening. So let's see if introducing terracotta into the wood shop will, you know, up the sales at all. I actually have no idea if people even want this. I'm just doing this because I noticed nobody else is using terracotta in their builds, so maybe they just don't have access to them. Okay, let's check it out. That's okay. That's okay. That's very good. That's kind of amazing. Holy crap, all of the logs that are actually usable are freaking gone. But also there's a competitor shop now. I mean, it's not really a competitor, they're not really selling anything I sell. Be this rocket and carrot shack. Oh, look at the banners, look at the banners. That deserves a spot on the fridge. I mean, honestly, I'm just straight up shocked that anyone even decided to join me in the Nether Hub, you know, so soon already. This is really good for business. This is gonna drive foot traffic, and this is gonna drive foot traffic away from me now that I think about it. Because freely available firework rockets are gonna make everybody fly instead of use the nether hubs. 3 stacks per diamond though. That's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be patronizing him, but like, apparently not in a way in which I expected. Note to self, we're gonna have to expand the shop. Honestly, I think we're gonna be selling all 16 colors of it. But until those delightful times, I'm just gonna dump into this barrel where dark oak used to be. And pretend that that's what it's supposed to do. 1 diamond per stack? Yeah, sure. Probably a fair price. Crop. Pants. At last. Now, another problem with the shops in the area, as far as I can tell, is that we don't necessarily have a glass shop. And glass is the material I need the most, because remember how I said I wanted to add motion, and I wanted to make it look like this the train is taking off of the rails, falling apart beside it. Well, that's why there isn't a campfire on any of these smoke stacks. I wanted to make the smoke out of glass, going into that general direction, creating a lot of this fluidity to the flight of my train. There also may have been some plans to put smoke coming out of the mouth of the skull up front, because, you know, metal cover. We gotta make this into a metal album cover. And it's not that I can't gather my own sand. For crying out loud, there's a desert right outside my office. This episode has been brought to you by the sound psh. It's the transforming it into the glass that's the issue. The nearest super smelter is several thousand blocks away. We need to make our own if we want to take this undertaking. I refuse to run this through a single furnace. By the time I'm done, the season's gonna be over. It is lucky then that we have only built the front of this train, or rather the first thing. Or rather, as normal people call it, the engine. And you know what engines generally are? Giant furnaces that are consistently smelting water into steam and, you know, making steam rotate. And look, I don't exactly know how steam engines function, but no, putting a super smelter into the front part of the engine is gonna be the little bit of authenticity that I personally will very much enjoy. I wonder if I have enough iron to actually pull it off. Oh look, the iron also needs to get smelted. If only I had a super smelter. I love circular tasks in Minecraft. Those are great. So check this out. This is what a regular super smelter looks like. You get hoppers leading out of the furnaces, you get hoppers putting fuel into the furnaces, and you get hoppers feeding into the furnaces. This is Java Edition, this is Bedrock Edition, this will just work in Minecraft. However, the way of spreading out evenly material across all of these furnaces is gonna be via a, you know, hopper minecart. Or rather a storage minecart of any freaking kind. Which is very nice, which is what we want, which is exactly the best way to speed up the processing power of a furnace. However, here's the trick that always bothered me. right? I do not trust hopper minecarts, or storage minecarts, or just minecarts in general, especially on this service. You see, entities in general have an awful habit of just disappearing when crossing a chunk border, and like honestly, I could just check if there's a chunk border in there, or just make my thing smaller than a chunk. But also, there's another issue with minecarts specifically, where sometimes when crossing a chunk border, they just randomly freaking stop. And I don't wanna do that. And look, I love super smelters with fiery passion, but this is just not the way to go. Or this is not the way to go in this one exact instance for one more reason. Now, can we spread materials evenly in Bedrock Edition across several hoppers without using any rails and minecarts specifically, or any entities for that matter? Turns out, we can. This thing here. This is the piston tape. You press the button and it moves the blocks at least by a little bit. It moves them twice as fast on the corners, but that's honestly like very minor issue. And here's the thing about piston tapes on Bedrock Edition specifically. They can move chests. Meaning that if we have 6 hoppers underneath this, and we do this repeatedly, over and over and over again, then this chest will be emptied very evenly across the amount of hoppers underneath it. That is incredibly convenient, and that is pretty much what we want to do. However, we can even try and to take this concept one step further, because not only chests can be moved, hoppers and even furnaces themselves also can. Meaning that what we can do is, instead of moving a single chest across several hoppers, hoping to spread it out, we can put several furnaces, replace every block in the item, in the piston tape with a furnace, and then just put a hopper over one spot and use that hopper to fill these in. We throw some materials in, we rapid click this thingy in lieu of, you know, actual redstone clock, but that will definitely come into the final phase. And then check this out: 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, and naturally like shameless amount of blocks in this one because, you know, that's where it throws. We can even deploy the fuel in the exact same way. We can get away using only 3 hoppers, 4 pistons, 19 iron is all it takes to make a super smelter using this technology. Naturally, it's gonna be loud as all get out, but guess what? Guess what this sound over here reminds me of? That's right! It's the chugga chugga of a train engine! Which is honestly the primary reason why I want this in my base. Because I can then activate it, yeet some coal into the engine, and just hear this non-stop under the floorboards. I am incredibly excited. This is the most authentic way of doing this. And I think a piston can move like 12 blocks at a time, meaning that we can make like a 24 long one in here. This is really cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this stuff figured. Okay, now stop it. Get some help. This is where the supply goes. This is where the fuel goes. This is where the lever goes, and this is the actual nightmare machine. Yeah, you keep wishing you thingy-majig. Little bit of problem that the output is all the way down here, but we'll deal with some other time, I figure. Right now I'm really curious to see if it even works at all. So I'm just gonna and I wonder what to use as fuel in this particular situation. I did have some coal laying around a while ago. Luckily there's a full nether of lava. Guess we found the use for all that iron that we saved on the hoppers. A full inventory of buckets. Don't mind if I do. Wait, how do I actually get out of here? Oh hey, you can take off of the lava now! That's cool. Yeah, they changed the elytra physics mildly for Bedrock Edition, so you can now take off like on the jump. It's really convenient. And now we just wait for all of this to process. And we'll have ourselves some really nice... Why is there only 2 glass? Oh, it's because this hopper also only can take, you know, a couple items at a time. So whatever glass is being smelted remains in the actual furnaces for the duration of the cycle. I don't know if that's actually an issue, to be completely honest. I am pretty sure that we can get away with this. Maybe I should like add 2 or 3 more hoppers though at the very bottom there. Whee! It's like a Fred meal! And there you go, a chest of glass. Easy peasy. This was not easy. This was barely peasy at all. Also, I am running incredibly low on gold apples. We have only 6 left. The saturation mechanics in Bedrock Edition need to be reworked heavily, holy crap. I will need to devour an entire forest if I want to replenish this. And I started off with like a stack of them, holy crap. Well, guess that's something for me to consider for the next episode. Right now, I'm still very much occupied with putting together the smoke coming from the smokestack and generally just decorating the ghost train properly. Because right now, it's a nice looking train, but it's like inconspicuously mid-air. So, what's this about the smoke and why do I need glass to do it in the first place? Well, you see, people generally make smoke on their builds one of 2 ways, one of 3 ways, really, nowadays in Minecraft. One of them is to just pull up campfires here and there, which is nice because it's animated, it's an actual texture, and it adds a lot of life to the build. However, that's not really a solution if you need the smoke to be sideways, which is what we're gonna be doing. Now, people also make the smoke out of actual blocks, and the blocks in question generally are cobwebs. And yes, the mesa is full of cobwebs, there are mine shafts down there, I will look them, I will track them down, but I personally don't like how it looks. My preferred way of making smoke is something like this. Mix together all types of grey glass and start assembling the smoke cloud out of them, which, yeah, you can tell already kinda looks, doesn't it? Now, the idea is that you need to keep this a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more separated, but the general logic of smoke and the way it disperses out of like a chimney, out of a pipe or something, would be that it will be darker at the very bottom, it will be lighter at the very end, and it will be more or less a conus, or rather it will disperse the further away from the source it goes. So this here cloud is actually a fairly good representation of what I'm trying to accomplish. And if it's still confusing to you, if you still don't understand what I'm talking about, don't worry, I will show you it in practice in just a moment. Let me just fetch some music and we'll do a little bit of a time lapse of me putting it all back together. But also I need to pick up all of these blocks because, you know, black dye is expensive. So here's the final reveal! Well, as final as the first part of the train is gonna get, we are absolutely adding more and more and more of these, of the wagons, of the sets. I don't remember what a part of a train is called. I'll be honest with you, English is not my first language. Point is, we have finished this area, we have finished the engine, and I am incredibly thrilled about it. My personal favorite, naturally, is the fire absolutely spitting out of the front of the train, out of the skull up front. I believe that all of this is looking incredibly badass, and I'm hoping that you also find it so, via the time-lapse and via the other cool shots that I've done. This probably is gonna look better at night, but I don't really have the time, nor the energy, nor the patience to wait until the night at this moment. And if we want to speak about like the amount of energy I have, I am on my last 5 golden apples. This is kind of a nightmare. I was hoping to legitimately eat nothing but golden apples for quite a while, and I do have the gold. It's the apples that are an issue right now. So maybe we'll have to do something about it. You know, figure out another way of getting more of these sometime soon. For now though, I'm just gonna have my little healthy snack and hope that the, you know, urges to devour my server mates will kinda calm down at least a little bit. In the meantime, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been SloyXP, this has been Truly Bedrock. Let me know what you think of my super freaking awesome train in the comments down below. To be continued, have a good one, bye bye.